Welcome to the Roundup, episode 15, where we corral all the freshest news stories and bring them to you live every Thursday at 5 p.m. from downtown Canada. This week's news story, we talk about Microsoft buying Sony. What? 1980's Verdansk map, maybe. Last of Us TV series finally getting a filming location. Cyberpunk finally getting a patch, and much more. Thank you for the click. I stream every Monday to Thursday at 5 p.m. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Cole_Drake41. But for now, enjoy the video. Switch this. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. We all heard about Microsoft buying, Bethesda, and we're like thinking maybe they'll buy more studios, more people, right? They're thinking about buying Discord, but this is just ridiculous that we're hearing about right now. Microsoft acquires Sony with all its divisions, including PlayStation. This is an incredible news story. I did not realize that this was going to happen. This came out of nowhere, literally absolutely nowhere. So this came out of nowhere. As it look like it, 2020 drawing close, we've encountered a new turn of events. Microsoft again pulled the wallet close to the buy of this year. Oh my god, I'm retarded. I can't read right now. The American giant acquired Sony for a figure close to $1.3 billion. Apparently, the main promoter of this operation was Phil Spencer, who wants to strengthen the Xbox catalog. In this way, Microsoft is returning to the entertainment sector by taking over Sony Pictures and Sony Music in addition. That is crazy. I didn't even think about PlayStation. I just thought, maybe thinking about Sony Studios, Sony Music, even Sony Cameras. They own the camera company now. I guess I don't know why. Obviously, Microsoft will probably take over that business, but that's crazy to think about. Division, the most interesting room for Redmond, the PlayStation division and all its studios. PlayStation catalog comes to Xbox Game Pass. Regulators were reluctant about the deal, so Microsoft has pledged to continue selling and supporting PS5 buyers. The console is not the priority for Microsoft, but the main draw is the entire catalog, according to Phil Spencer. The Xbox team will do their best to bring Sony exclusives to Game Pass. That's an incredible thing. Imagine Last of Us, imagine God of War, all coming to Game Pass. That's a crazy story. Buying Bethesda was just the start of creating a service that will mark the generation of gamers in 2021 with big badges like God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us will have versions on Xbox and PC and will be available from day one to all Xbox Game Pass subscribers. That's crazy. From Microsoft, they did not say whether this move will also happen in the opposite direction, otherwise indicating that Phil Spencer intention to strengthen the Xbox catalog, as it happened with the purchase of Bethesda, while reaching a new dimension. In this way, Xbox gamers in 2021 will be able to enjoy titles such as Spider-Man or The Last of Us on their consoles. Satya Nadella wants to avoid repeating the Nokia story. Obviously, they also bought Nokia and obviously Sony's phone services. Sony sells the Xperia, so now that they have Sony under their umbrella, Microsoft can use that technology to create, a better Surface phone, because their last Surface Duo phone was not the best. So they now have the ability to get into more and more markets, which is incredible, absolutely incredible. CEO. Okay, so Sony purchase includes its smartphone division, which is currently part of Sony's video and audio products. This decision is reminiscent of the frustrated acquisition of Nokia during the Windows Phone era. However, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has indicated that it will not happen again. Sony. The company's plan for the smartphone division includes its liquidation, reassigning employees to other areas of the video and sound protection. This strategy will be very similar to that pursued by Google and Motorola, in that Microsoft will benefit from the telephony patents of Japanese group of companies. Currently, Microsoft is continuing its efforts to create new market niches in the telephony world. Telephony, I don't know what that means. With the Surface Duo, remember that Sony phones retain the market share that it's difficult to trace. However, the Surface Duo 2 will benefit from the camera technologies developed by Sony to make the leap into the photographic section. Groove Music returns thanks to Sony Music. Finally, Microsoft plans for Sony Music and Sony Pictures to go through the transformation into new subscriber services that will be integrated with Groove Music. And what the hell is Groove Music? I've never heard of Groove Music. Must be like Microsoft's like version of Spotify or something. So they'll be integrating Groove Music and movies and TV app, offering Sony's catalog of music and movie streaming. Efforts will include redesigned apps across all platforms. Again, this is an incredible story. The console wars are over. Microsoft has won. Microsoft now has both Sony and its own division. I wonder if they're going to keep the PS5 going. Might as well sell both systems at the same time so they can have better parity. So I'm not too sure what they're going to do, but it'll be interesting. But imagine that, just like Last of Us, God of War, all these great games coming to Game Pass. It's over. It's absolutely over. Okay, I can't keep going on with this because it is obviously an April Fool's story. If you go under, it says right there, leadership Phil Spencer and exclusive, so the catalog will disappear from competing platforms throughout 2021. Happy April Fools. So yeah, obviously it's April Fool's today. So I honestly, my acting wasn't as good. I'll do a better job next time, but people always thought obviously I had to do a story that was fake, because today's obviously April Fool's. So I saw this story. I was looking for fake stories. I wanted to do one on, because like a lot of the PlayStation fanboys are getting really annoyed at Microsoft for buying all these different video game publishers and companies. So I wanted to find a story that was kind of like an April Fool's story. But I couldn't find it until I found this article from like BC Focus. I don't even know what this is. It's like the fakest name company of all time. It's like Russia, Ukraine, a bunch of stuff like world technology. Yeah, I just found it, and also I didn't realize when I found the story that said December 29, 2020. So I had to skip this part of the section where it was like late 2020 when the deal was taken. But I'm pretty sure you guys probably saw that. But yeah, so that was the April Fool's story. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's go to the next news story. So this is from Metro Gaming. So this, unfortunately, is apparently some new leaks came out from Charlie Intel. The new Call of Duty Warzone map leaks with 1980's version of Verdansk. So footage from the new map will replace Verdansk in Call of Duty Warzone has appeared online, and it looks very 80s. There's almost nothing about Call of Duty that doesn't leak out well in advance of the official announcement, and that certainly goes for the rumored new Warzone map that will be replacing the current version of Verdansk. So the rumors were that there's going to be a new map with 250 players, and they were going to add different parts. They were going to add different fire team base maps. That's what the rumors were saying before this one came out. Like most of the big Call of Duty leakers were talking about this, that there's going to be a brand new map, 250 player lobbies, crazy huge lobbies. But now it's like, I don't know if those sound like they're fake. This could be fake too, but the problem is there's actual video evidence out there that makes me believe that this is real. Or this could be another April Fool's story. It could be a very like big April Fool's thing, but like I don't know. This is what I'm reporting right now because this is what I know. So let's just keep reading the news story. You can tell this leaked trailer is real too because Activision has been making a huge effort to remove it from the internet, even though it doesn't really show anything very unexpected. Rather than a completely new map, the new version features many similar landmarks to the original, just dialed back several decades, including the stadium part way through construction and a simpler aqueduct instead of dam. That'll be interesting. I hope they change up a lot because I really want to see a new map. Downtown Verdansk, as well as other areas like airport and TV station, have also had an 1980s makeover. You can still see it's fundamentally the same map underneath. There are some brand new areas, including a new radar installation and what seems to be a mine. Okay, so there's a mine. The video clip is only short, so there's probably more than that too. The new map is expected to go live at the end of the current season, probably on April 22nd as part of the in-game event involving nukes. So let me play this video. There's people. Let me play this. You guys can hear the sound. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I might have to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, let me turn it. So you're seeing what Verdansk Stadium looks like right now, and it switches to it under construction. So this area will be way more open, so there'll be more sniper shots. People won't be able to camp inside of here as much as they used to. What is that? Okay, that's the dam. So the dam switches to this little aqueduct. I'll make it interesting. I wonder if the water will be flowing through the river, because that dam was obviously holding the river back, right? So I'm guessing the pond will be like, there'll be more water in the area. That'll be interesting. There's a mine. This is an airport. This is downtown. Downtown looks very similar. I don't really see any difference. I know this building, and this area doesn't look that. This area looks pretty new on the right side here. You see my mouse, right? And this building looks familiar. Yeah, okay, that's done. It was a little short video. The 1980 setting is meant to be a tie-in to last year's Black Ops Cold War game, and if not for the pandemic, would have been added a lot sooner. Activision has said before that the idea is that Warzone will constantly change to reflect the latest Call of Duty, but they're now getting badly out of sync. What that means is that for this year's game, which is believed to have a Second World War setting, is unknown that there is while it's normal for Call of Duty games to be announced around April and May, it's probably been several months until we get official announcement this year. So there's another video right here. Oh, let's take it down. Activision. This is the official trailer. They took it down. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I was really looking forward to a new map. Like, it would have been really interesting if they had like a 250 person map. But I guess they want to keep Verdansk going. Like, honestly, I love Verdansk. It's like, this is my favorite battle royale of all time, Warzone. I've never played a battle royale as much as I played this one. I've never been addicted to a battle royale as much as this one. I played PUBG for like maybe 2 hours. Fortnite I played for maybe 10 hours, and just wasn't really my thing. This is the first one where I really like the gunplay. That's the one thing I hate about PUBG, was the gunplay was just absolute trash. It wasn't fun at all, and the graphics were absolutely terrible too. This one, the gameplay is fun, the gunplay is fun, the graphics are really nice. It's a really good game, like, in general. Obviously the hacking and the meta fucks it up sometimes, but I was hoping for another map. Like, I was really, like, when they announced Rebirth Island, I was kind of like, it's too small. Like, I'm like, this is too small of a map, and I was hoping for something bigger. And now we're getting a bigger map, but it's the same thing as Verdansk, just with a different skin on top, like a 1980s skin. And then what's gonna happen next year with the Call of Duty World War II Vanguard? They're gonna add a Verdansk that's set in the 1940s, like. So yeah, I don't know. I was hoping for a new map. This kind of sucks. All right, I think that's the end of the story. All right, next news story. This is. So I think a couple of weeks ago, I did a news story about the casting of Pedro Pascal in the Game of Thrones actor for Last of Us 2. So they got pretty quick into filming now. Like, they got their two biggest stars, and now they're pretty quick into filming. Critically acclaimed video game and The Last of Us being turned into a HBO TV series that will be shot in Alberta, which is in Canada. It's like, I'm not from Alberta. I'm from Ontario, but it makes sense why they would pick Alberta, because Alberta's got cities, and it's also got like because a lot of Last of Us is like it's a road trip from the East Coast. At least the first game. I've never played the second game, but the first game it's a road trip from Boston all the way to I think Utah. That's where they go at the end. So it's like a road trip all the way across America, and obviously Alberta has the cities, and it has the mountains, and also has the plains. So it's in that part of the world where it's like the eastern part of the province is very, very flat, and the western part is very mountainous. It's the Rocky Mountains. So it's a good spot. It's a good spot to film, especially when they get to that. Actually, I'm not spoil Last of Us, but there's a cool part where they get to a specific city and they find something. I'm not gonna say exactly, but it's a good area to film, definitely. Video game. Let me see. Was shot in Alberta. Course of the year, it's set to star two memorable actors from the network's biggest show of all time. The video game is about a smuggler named Joel who is tasked with escorting a teenage girl Ellie out of an oppressive quarantine zone and across post-apocalyptic America. In the game, the country has been ravaged by a fungus 2 decades earlier that turned most people into zombies and has left human survivors hostile and cannibalistic. However, Ellie is believed to be immune. Why would you say that in the story? That's like a twist in the game. I guess they're gonna show that in the first. This guy's kind of spoiled the part of the game. That's not a huge spoiler, but it is a spoiler. Like that she holds the key to mankind survival. Pedro Pascal 45 has been cast as Joel, with the 17-year-old Bella Ramsey will play as Ellie in the television adaptation of the post-pandemic. When I see post-pandemic, I'm like, holy shit, are we just gonna turn into like The Last of Us 2? That'd be funny. Action adventure horror video game released in 2013. PlayStation consoles in February. Both actors were announced and that they have landed the roles via Instagram posts. Part of the video game takes place during the winter in the mountains, which makes Calgary a prime destination for filming. Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, for like the Wyoming parts, because there's like parts of the game where they go to Wyoming to. I think Joel goes to see his brother Tommy, who's like running the society. So yeah, it makes sense. Pre-production of the TV series got underway this month, according to the both Directors Guild of Canada, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, Local 212, the Calgary chapter on the labor union, which represents 140,000 technicians, artists, craftspersons in the entertainment industry in Canada and the United States. Okay. So yeah, it's good. Last of Us production is scheduled to begin in Calgary area after Canada Day long weekend along June 28th. Yeah, it's good. Alberta, like it's good that this is helping the Alberta government. You know, it's helping the economy get boosted, helping the Canadian film industry. So it helps out everybody. It's a great setting. It's a great place. I went to Alberta like, was it 4 years ago? Yeah, it's a beautiful area. No, 5 years ago now. I think about 2016. Yeah, a long time ago. Jesus Christ, that was a while ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. I keep thinking it was 4. But yeah, it's great that it's filming, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully they do a good job with it. I know Neil Druckmann. Like I never played Last of Us 2, but there's a lot of hate for that guy because of Last of Us 2. And hopefully, you know, it's just the first game is one of the best games of all time. And I hope the first season is just the first game. And I hope and I hope they go their own way after that. Even though I never played Last of Us Part 2, I've watched many videos about it and know the ending and all that stuff. So, yeah. And I will eventually play it when I get a PS5. Even though I know the ending, I know the whole game has its own story, right? So, the notoriously broken video game Cyberpunk 27 finally gets big fixes. So obviously, Cyberpunk, we talked a lot about, at least I talked about it a lot on the show when I was doing the roundup back in December. It was like almost every week there was a new story about about Cyberpunk. There was like my friend got it for me as a gift, and I remember I had so many issues with it. I had game crash on me. My graphics card couldn't really run it properly, and I also had a game breaking bug, which like wouldn't had a game breaking bug, had a game breaking bug, which wouldn't let me put any armor on my character. Like I was walking around naked the entire time, pretty much. Like I couldn't add any new armor, so like every fight I would go into, I was just like severely disadvantaged because like I didn't have any armor to protect me. So I had to delete that save and then go restart the game. And then I got I want to go back to it. I'm definitely gonna go back and play it because I've heard it's a really good game. It just has issues, and I'm gonna go back to it. Hope maybe in the summer sometime just to play it. But I decided I'm gonna wait for some fixes, and apparently, fixes are on the way, and they're actually here. So game publisher CD Projekt Red rolled out a massive downloadable patch for Cyberpunk 2077 today, promising that the update will apply over 500 fixes and improvements to the futuristic action adventure. Why it matters. Cyberpunk 2077 was one of 2020's most hyped new video games, but it launched in December in rough shape and became one of the industry's biggest debacles. Today's patch is part of an attempt to meet the game's original expectations. If you haven't seen Cyberpunk 2077, think Grand Theft Auto, but in the future, the game lets players craft and control a protagonist named V, who shoots their way through the crime-riddled crime-riddled metropolis of Night City. But yeah, I had so many weird bugs. Like it was insane, man. Like the game, like it wasn't even the bugs. It was like at some point it was running at 20 frames per second. Like on my GTX 1060, which is not like a crappy graphics card. Like it's not the best. Like I can't run the game at 4K, but I was expecting to run the game at least 1080p at 60 frames per second, and it was just running terribly. And I remember eventually with the patches, this is the main patch that came in, but they had a few like hot patches, which were like these little increments that they were trying to fix before, because obviously it was like late Christmas, and they couldn't do a big patch because obviously people go on vacation and stuff like that. So they were putting these little patches in. And they said that around January, February, they would put on big patches. Now we're into April, so I haven't looked into it after that. But yeah, I remember like eventually when the little patches came in, I was able to get to 40 frames per second, and I had to bring every setting to low, and then I was getting 45 to 50. So I'm hoping like maybe 60 frames per second, 60 frames per second for by the time this new patch comes out. But yeah, Cyberpunk had a hot start, selling more than 13 million copies in the first 2 weeks of the release across PC, Google Stadia services. I can't believe they mentioned that. But it ran poorly, especially on the aging but widely used PS4 and Xbox One consoles. CD Projekt Red swiftly began encouraging and offering refunds. Even Sony delisted the game. I think it's still delisted. I don't think you can buy it digitally still. I haven't heard any news stories about saying that that's available now. Between the lines, as soon as the game was released, CDPR was pillared by frustrated fans who said that they were bait and switched by months of promotion of a much better looking game than what was released. The studio swiftly began apologizing. When asked during a December 14th call, the investors about the game's performance on the console, CEO Marcin Iwinski said, "We definitely did not spend enough time looking at that." They were more focused on like the RTX 3090, 3080 versions, or the Xbox Series X or S versions of the game, or PS5 versions. Because I've heard it runs like the PS5 version of that game ran way better than on my computer. Well, PS5 is a little more powerful, but actually not a lot more powerful in terms of GPU power. I'm talking about. So this new fix, patch 120, will be scheduled for February, but the studio said late last month that it would be delayed due to some ransomware attacks on the company's computers. They're getting attacked by like people are so pissed off that they're hacking CDPR. It's like, you why'd you fuck up the game, man? So we're trying to fix it, so we're gonna hack you. That's funny. So big picture, game developers and publishers are often able to use post-release patches to repair games That launch in rough shape. In recent years, Square Enix Final Fantasy X1V. I don't know what that is. Is that 16? No, it's 14. Yeah. X is 10. 1 and V I think is I think it's 14. Yeah. 14 is the online game. Yeah. Yeah. 14 Ubisoft's Rainbow Six Siege and Hello Games No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, which is probably one of the biggest comeback stories apparently. I remember it won an award at was it the Game Awards? I think last year. Yeah, and even the guy like it was an award for best continued game, like game that's like best online game that keeps updating and getting better. So they have a game for like a game that's like keeps getting better. They have they have an award for games that are like continuously getting better on in terms of online. So like MMOs, like RPGs and stuff like that. Those kind of games. So they usually have a award for that, and No Man's Sky won it this year. And even the guy, I forget his name, is this famous guy. When I remember when No Man's Sky was first being shown back in 2014, there was this famous guy who runs the entire studio. He was like promoting the hell out of the game and talking about all these crazy things that are supposed to be in the game that eventually weren't in the game. And even him, like it was like a Zoom call. Obviously, they weren't allowed to go to the Game Awards. Even him, like when they called out No Man's Sky, he was surprised. He's like, "Whoa, how did we win?" So I gotta still try that game. I know it's on Game Pass. I was really excited about it when it first came out, but then I heard it just was really bad. But now it's on Game Pass, so I should definitely give it a try. Maybe I'll play it on stream. We're all shredded by critics and players at launch, and we're digitally rehabilitated into beloved and lucrative hits. For CDPR's Cyberpunk's problem are particularly embarrassing. The studio is a cultural institution in its native Poland, to the point that the 2011 then Prime Minister David Tusk gave the U.S. President Barack Obama a copy of The Witcher. Is that a real thing? Literally, the president of Poland gave Barack Obama a copy of Witcher 2. I wonder what it was on. Was it like a PS4 copy? No, it was The Witcher 2. What was it on? It was probably on the PS3, yeah. Yeah, did he give him a PS3 copy of the game or a PC copy? I wonder, like, I want to know that story. Oh, wait, let me see. Let me see his tab. It's a link. Barack Obama. So, during U.S. President Barack Obama's recent visit to Poland, Prime Minister Donald Tusk. I thought I'd say Donald Trump for a second. Presented him a official diplomatic gift, including The Witcher 2, the two of the books that inspired the critically acclaimed computer game. This is the first recognition of the nature of the entertainment software industry in Poland, and perhaps the entire world. Witcher 2 was considered the English version of Witcher 2 Collector's Edition, signed by the members of the team. Okay, so it doesn't tell you. It's probably probably the PC version, honestly. Its previous game, The Witcher 3, has sold 50 million copies. That's insane. That is like GTA levels of success. I think GTA 5 sold maybe like 70 million copies. That is absolutely insane. CDPR went all out for Cyberpunk, even hiring Keanu Reeves to digitally guest star in the game. The game's company stock hit an all-time high, $31, a week before Cyberpunk was released, and then soon plummeted, but now it's up to 15 today. That's not bad. Well, they're saying a rep of CDPR told Exos that the new patch should demonstrate that they are not bailing on this game, but CDPR declined to say when Cyberpunk would be sold again on the PlayStation Store. It remains off sale in one of the biggest potential markets. Sony rep also did not have commitment about when the game would be back. What's next? The massive patch which is over 40 gigabytes on Xbox. The game itself is nearly 60 gigabytes on Xbox. Will take time for players to download even longer. Yeah, that's crazy. That is absolutely insane. All right, on to the next news story. So this is a pretty interesting news story. So police bust world's biggest video game cheat operation. So this is from the BBC. It's a pretty big company. Pretty big journalistic website. A collaborative effort between Chinese police and a giant and gaming giant Tencent has led to the closure of what police say is the biggest ever video game cheat operation. The gang designed and sold cheats to popular video games including Overwatch and Call of Duty Mobile. Roughly $76 million or 55 billion pounds or 55 million pounds in revenue was made by this organization, which charged a subscription fee to clients. Police seized assets worth 46 million, including several luxury cars. hence the Lamborghinis. My question is, how do they buy those cars? Like, how do they use it to? How they launder the money in order to buy that car? You can't just walk into like. I guess you could walk into a dealership and just drop a bunch of cash. If you want, you could do that. Chinese Tencent revenue surging thanks to gaming boom. Interest esports will only grow. Okay. The operation was called Chicken Drumstick. That's a funny name for an operation. And had a website selling to hundreds of countries and regions. Local media reported subscription prices for users began at $10 a day. That's a lot of money, $10 a day, and up to $200 a month. These cheats must better have been like amazing. 10 people were arrested during the raid in Kunshan, a city near Shanghai. Kunshan's police found that and destroyed 17 cheats and arrested 10 people in connection with the ring. It said it was the world's biggest cheating case due to large sums of money and the games involved. With players able to win millions in gaming tournaments around the world, a crackdown on cheating was intensified in recent years. In 2019, a survey revealed around a third of gamers admit to using cheats. A third. Especially on PC, it's so easy. Like, literally, if I wanted to in Warzone, I could download one program and start cheating. But I can't do that because it's not because I have ethics. Because I would, but I just have bought so many. I've bought so many skins with that character, and I've unlocked all these guns. I have to like literally, if I were to cheat and get banned, I would have to rank up those guns again. That would be annoying. That's like I don't know, like 50 hours worth of work, So I don't think it's worth it to cheat. I'd rather just get my ass handed to me every day. Several high-profile gamers have also quit platforms over the rise of cheating of games. Cheating in games is as old as gaming itself, but with the rise of player versus player titles and online competitions, cheating is no longer just about giving yourself an advantage over computer baddies. Cheating is literally running gaming, and large companies like Tencent know it and ruining. The latest operation shows how seriously the Chinese company and other game makers are taking the issue. It comes off the back of large public displays of aggression towards cheaters and other titles like Warzone, Fortnite. Obviously, what's his name? That guy, that famous dude, that British guy, the British dude. I'm blanking on his name. Keemstar, not Keemstar. Is it Keemstar? I forget his name. There's a famous Call of Duty Warzone streamer. He's like this British Indian guy, and he quit the game recently because of the amount of cheaters and hackers on that game. The story shows you how lucrative these cheat hacking operations have become. That used to be a cottage industry of hackers exposing glitches in the code of the games. Now it's become a massive criminal enterprise. It's crazy. Look at these Lamborghinis. Look at these cars. I don't know if those are the actual cars that were seized. That'd be funny. But imagine that, making $76 million a year in revenue. That is incredible. It's like that's like almost 100,000 Canadian, 100 million Canadian, and 46 million in assets, so computers and all that stuff. But yeah, Matt just like $200 a month. That's a crazy subscription. Like even $10 a month. That's way too much for cheating. Like, which games were they talking about again? Let me see. Overwatch and Call of Duty Mobile. Who plays Call of Duty? They're probably selling cheats for for Warzone as well. Okay, this guy right here. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. And I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on Twitch. I live stream the roundup on Thursdays. So if you want to watch it live, catch it at 5 p.m. Eastern. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Cole_Drake41. Same thing, same name. And you guys have an amazing day.